Yeah. What up, y'all? It's your boy O to the D. You know what I'm saying? Sis gonna be up here in a minute. I had to go ahead and hit the live button on because I'm already like 2 minutes late. By the time my sis oh snap. Hold up. I'm gonna have to hit her back too. Not she on the panel. Alright, let me go ahead and man, is my motherfucking shit up? Okay. Go ahead and drop the track and then we're gonna get to the significance. Damn it, I can't hit the mute button. That's some weird shit. I was about to mute the music. It's all tricky.
I'm my own man. Since I've been on my own too, I've been getting it on, man. Don't off my mama's for destined to be a grown man. Life is a lesson full of testing, count your blessings, hold it down and be a strong man. I'm my own man. Since I've been on my own too, I've been getting it on, man. Don't off my mama's for destined to be a grown man. Life is a lesson full of testing, count your blessings, hold it down and be a strong man. I'm my mama's baby, and my papa's soldier. A young black man with the world on his shoulders. Keep a heated heart because the life can get cold, bro. I know.
You know your camera on, sis?
Stay true to yourself. You came in this bitch alone.
Big Kane in the building, Allen in the building.
Stay on, pray for the best. Sunshine over stormy weather. Get cheese instead of no cheddar. You gotta do whatever. You can't survive. My brother got lives. Nigga, my cousin got lives. So why when I strive to try to make this life better for me and mine? The picture private niggas vision is blurry. Don't ask the Lord forgive me. God will hope that he hear me. I know I did some fucked up shit to protect me. One that's near me, and I'm so sick out for the fight. And I'ma stand tall till the end, turn off the light. You damn right, I'm my own man. Since I've been on my own too, I've been getting it on, man. Don't talk about mama for destined to be a grown man. Life is a lesson full of testing, count your blessings, hold it down and be a strong man. I'm my own man. Since I've been on my own too, I've been getting it on, man. Don't talk about mama's for destined to be a grown man. Life is a lesson full of testing, count your blessings, hold it down and be a strong man. On this day struggle that I face. All I can do is ask God for his amazing grace to keep me wrapped in his lungs, moving at a steady pace. Voice painting they in line, but I feel they out of place. Rearing they face, don't trust them niggas telling it. 32 shots from that bladder where I'm belly quick. And then they mama sick, crying and shaking. That's the rule to a pussy nigga lying and faking. Should've been the man, bitch, you gotta stand your ground. I'm a crazy fool, nigga standing 10 toes down. Pops always told me, son, you gotta stay sucker free. Keep your head in the sky, be better than me. Thank you, Jerry Wayne, up with those words to live by. Leave a million to my children just in case I die. Gotta be a strong man, gotta get it on, man. And every day I pray I live to be an old man. I'm my own man. Since I've been on my own too, I've been getting it on, man. Don't talk my mama for destined to be a grown man. Life is a lesson full of testing, count your blessings, hold it down and be a strong man. I'm my own man. Since I've been on my own too, I've been getting it on, man. Don't talk my mama for destined to be a grown man. Life is a lesson full of testing, count your blessings, hold it down and be a strong man. I'm my own man. Life a lesson, count your blessings. Yeah. I'm my own man. Life a lesson, count your blessings on your knees. Destined to be that sauce with hella cheese, yeah. Mama told me be my own man. Leon 22, he do things on his own plan. And I just seen everything right. And I know I'm living wrong, but I'm trying to live right, yeah. Mama told me be my own man. Don't say he don't do things on his own. Hit him with a bun with a C like sesame. Ain't no recipe, it's my destiny. To stack all the cheese and be a baller like Shot Callaby. I'm a leader, you can follow me. So what about my apology? Niggas make me mad, but I don't accept their apology. Women make me mad, but I don't accept their apology. She said we got that chemistry, but it's more just like biology.
Yeah. Crazy Cruise. You know what I'm saying? Long live my cousin T Dub. He was on there.
Oh, I ain't even telling my dad on camera was on Big Brother.
I told you that.
Oh, you said that?
Yes, I
I put
did.
my phone down. I was like, I don't know if she's just trying to light up her side. I wasn't tripping. I was liking the colors,
Oh
but I
yeah,
could have.
my little projector joint got my room like ambient.
Mm. We got Allen in the building.
What's
Big
up,
Kane in the
Alan?
building. They swung through early on me. You don't think we can play that one video I sent you?
Oh, I ain't
Without
even
getting.
on my laptop.
You ain't get it.
No, I can give you. I was just on my cell phone. I had my cell phone on. Hold on, let me get on. I have to send myself the link from my text messages to my email, and I don't know. I don't. Did you put the link in the chat?
No, not yet.
Put
I'm
the link
finished
in the
doing
chat
it.
so I can get up here for the chat.
All right. All right, we back. Excuse
All right,
me.
hold on. Let me.
Yeah, my son going to sleep. He got middle school tomorrow.
Big boy.
I know. I remember when he was a little bitty baby. It's weird. Like I was there for you your whole life, and I mean to like regular parents, they
You did
really
not
don't.
just say you was there for that man his whole life.
Your whole life.
I was there for you your whole life.
Your whole life. And to most people that sounds strange, but to people that didn't grow up with your parents or your father being there your whole life, man, that's an accomplishment.
Your
In my
whole
opinion,
life I was
your
there.
whole life.
Not a
I used
part
to.
of it. All of it.
Mm-hmm. I seen the whole thing. I seen it with my own two eyes here.
You was a mess.
Oh me. But I do want to break the ice with saying this. Joe Biden tried to give my man Teflon Don some props,
He
and we
did.
don't
He did.
we don't accept it. We don't accept it. I'm sorry, we don't accept it. Take that back yonder on me. We been told you he was doing good stuff for the country. And now you want to come out here and, hey man, he was doing good stuff for the country, man. I got us doing bad out here. They doing bad right now, bro. They doing bad, man. They got the people over there in Middle East trying to latch on the airplanes just to get out the Middle East because the Taliban has taken it over. They said, "Oh, y'all gonna dip out? I got something for you. I got something for you." They start lighting people up. There's citizens trying to get out of there right now. Like literally, you can see a video where they gravitate to the airplane, falling off as it's flying away.
All
Just
right,
so they
brother.
can
I'm
make.
about to come up on my laptop. I'm about to get off of this.
And the reason why I said Albert Pike is so valuable right now is because he talked about these three world wars. We already went through two of them. He talked about a third one. If you look at the buildup that's happening, shit, this is that third world war they talking about. Them drums is bum 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 bum. You know what I'm saying? The economy bad. They need war right now to keep it real with you. Like they gonna feel like they need it because the economy bad, and it's weird. It's like when the economy get bad, they want to fight somebody. You got your commander in chief making dumb moves, very dumb moves, right? You try to take them out, they start taking over. Now you want to send more back in. They gotta get what's going on right now, man. This stuff is crazy. If it ain't a war coming up, then what it is then? You coming back up, sir? She gonna dip that on. I feel like the Nazis gonna jump up now. Every time, man, when them Nazis come out, the Nazis come out at night on me. But anyway, like I said, they ramping it up. You know what I'm saying? It's cracking right now. And what Biden or what Commander in Chief is seeing is that Trump was on some good stuff, man. Trump was really holding the economy down. And then on top of that, I gotta bring it up. I wish this was up there, 'cause she'll tell you he was heated about it. They passed all them bills. I'm gonna keep saying that, man. They passed all them money bills that we talked about. All them money bills that I said these $1 billion. If I had the paperwork, I'd pull it back out, but I don't feel like digging for it. But you can go look up them 3 bills that they passed, and they borrowed a lot of money. Let me repeat that. A lot of money. Not a little bit. They didn't borrow chump change. They borrowed money that we can't pay back. On top of them imploding the economy, now they bringing war. Right, war does equal money. They need bread. So what they supposed to do? They can get a war popping right now. You know how much money they can get from their own government to fund this war that they supposed to push for. That's the purpose for all this, man. Don't you think he knew if he'd have moved them out of there, that would happen? When the simple fact that, let's keep it 5,000, they employ them. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, y'all didn't get that part, did you? Boom, 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 boom. They employ them. This is what you gotta understand, man. How come they doing that on their own? They're not doing it with no funding. They doing it with government funding. Know what I'm saying? They is agents out there, man. Them ain't just, Al-Qaeda ain't just free willy-nilly by themselves. No, man. You know who they employed by. So they gave them the call, like, hey, we gonna move them out. I want y'all to move them in. They want this war to happen. Boom, 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 boom. It's some war drones, man. And y'all ain't even catching it.
StreamYards is cutting up.
Yo, who?
My StreamYard is cutting up.
Oh yeah, I'm on strike from StreamYards. I'm on it, but I'm not paying them. I'm on strike. They did me dirty, man. I thought we had an understanding, and they did me dirty. And my lowest point, they stabbed me in the back.
It won't even connect to the camera.
Oh, that's whack. Don't do that, StreamYards. Don't do that, for real.
I don't know what's going on.
Because that one video I sent you was like 10 minutes. It's a Christian dude. Like,
no, I might be able to do that. Hold on.
We can exit out the ending part, because then you start talking about the rapture and all that, and we all know that's a bunch
Which
of
one did you
crap.
want to play?
I think it's like 10 minutes long, talking about Albert Pike. The dude's sitting right there in the desk. He kind of boring, but I mean, he is speaking some facts.
Okay.
He looks boring, but if you just listen to what
I watched
the dude told all these wars.
10 minutes and 52 seconds.
Well, whenever you want to come up, I'm ready. I'm looking at it.
Hold on, I'm about to do it.
But I hope we don't get copyrighted for it, but it is what it is. I ain't tripping, man. Niggas, like I said, that's why I'm talking about Albert Pike right now, because he's so important due to the fact that way back before a lot of this stuff happened, he already predicted it. You know what I'm saying?
You was on point, brother. Look, you wrap it up.
Oh, me. We got to listen to this dude, man, because he told you what, and then look at what's going on right now. The Afghanistan, they go over there getting mad, Al-Qaeda running everything. At the end of the day, it's gonna be Muslims going against
But you know what I found out a long time ago? Al-Qaeda is the United States.
Facts. That's what I just said, sis. That's what I just said. They employed by the government. They not doing what they doing by themselves. These is agents. And that's why I said when they moved the U.S. troops out, they told them to move in.
Yeah.
That's why they moved in so fast, because they knew what was going on, and the citizens is like, oh, now they really taking over, because the citizens is still kind of, they probably.
And then they're going to beg America for help, and then Americans gonna go in there and F everything up.
But now they mad at the Americans. They trying to beat them up because they like, how y'all gonna leave out? Look, they like, how y'all gonna leave out and leave us here with them?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
all right, look,
America
is Al-Qaeda, right? Mm-hmm. So they moved the American troops out.
Right.
Then they make Al-Qaeda, which is still American troops, mess up everything.
Facts.
And then they're going to have the actual Arab people begging the America to come and save them from the Americans.
Facts. And then they're gonna bring more Americans in to go against Al Qaeda allegedly. When in the process they're gonna be tearing up these people's houses and raping their kids and taking their freedom away.
Alice said I have feedback. I'm feedbacking through you, brother. Yeah,
How?
I don't know. Try muting again. A B C D E. See, I'm not feedbacking now, but when you unmute, I feedback, brother.
Yeah, that's weird.
Dang, that's not.
Let me see if I got my YouTube up. I don't think I do though. I got it up, but it ain't on.
I don't know.
Put the link in there.
Yeah, I'm still. All right. Well, you want me to play the video?
But see, I don't hear no feedback.
I do, and Alice said he hear it. I just thought I was going to. You know how I get at night.
Well, try to drop down and come back up.
All right, let me do that. Don't forget to bring me back up, brother.
It shows the thing when you come on.
All right. Let me get that.
Oh, mamas, man. Albert Pike told he let the cat out the bag back in 1918 almost. Like, this motherfucker go way back. Letting the cat out the bag, man. Same stunt they fizz the pool, bro. He already done spoke on it. On me, he done already spoke on it. And that's why that's why they want to take Albert Pike's little statue down that he got out there. Damn, where's the statue at? I think it's over there in the East Coast somewhere. Cause you know on the East Coast, man, they got that saturated with these evil satanic people who have done all kind of stuff. Like the dude he was like a KKK member. He was all kind of stuff. That's why we need this shit to play right, man. Because the dude broke down all his little societies he was in. This dude was in a lot of societies. He had his hands in a lot of bullshit that happened in America in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So he's privy to a lot of information that a lot of people wasn't privy to. And what people don't get is with them predicting these wars, these are the wars that they was going to do in the future, and they knew how it was going to pan out because they don't get their information from some other dude, right? They don't get it from some other dude. They get their information from evil itself. These people got a table where they got a seat for the devil to sit at, right? They conjure him up, whatever they'll call the devil, representation or representative, whatever they want to call it. He come and sit at this table and they talk to him. And they tell him how to do this. We're going to do this, do that. They broke down the whole game plan, the blueprint. And this came from the evil one himself. This didn't come from regular man, and that's what people don't get. See, we give regular man way too much power, man. This is spiritual. This is some pure evil that's been manipulated from this to that to that to this. Us as regular people, man, we don't, it's hard for us to be that powerful, man. These people talk to other things and other spirits and deities to get these powers. You know what I'm saying? Talk to other things. This ain't from no regular person, man. You know what I'm saying? Talk to other things.
My bad. I see it was echoing because I had you open on the other too. Matter of fact, hold on. I'm echoing again.
Oh, I don't even hear it on Mama's.
Hold on, let me try.
I hear no echo.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I don't hear no echo though, y'all. I don't know. I guess Alan and Sis hear it. I don't hear it. She sound clear to me. But Sis got feedback. That's crazy. Right. That's what I'm saying. Because a lot of people that rock with us, they gonna be looking at us sideways now. Like, why you pull your people out and you got these people dying over here like that? Now think about that. That's what starts World War, right? The world is gonna be mad about an event that happened that was caused by the American people. By American people, basically, because like we already said, Al Qaeda is backed by yours truly. Say something.
Something says. I'm still echoing. I don't know what to tell you. You're just gonna be some echo.
I don't even hear the echo.
My thing is Albert Pike going up. So I share it.
Well, it ain't going up.
No, it's not coming up. That stream
when I muted.
It's really cutting up.
Did you echo that time?
No, I didn't echo when I said and I'm not echoing it now. Hold on,
I just got mute when you talk.
Oh, okay. I just gotta freaking, my things is cutting up. Hold on. Y'all know how. Oh shoot, what just happened? All right, there you go.
Oh no, it hasn't.
J.R. Church, welcome to today's analysis.
You can't see? Oh, there you go. You're in for a treat. Okay, you can't hear it no more. And it's over with somehow.
It's like, I think it's freezing. It's cutting up. Ooh, StreamYard heard you finna talk about some real stuff, and now I'm gonna buy a new laptop tomorrow. I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna buy a new laptop. That's it. I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead, bite the bullet, and just buy a new one. I'm gonna go to Best Buy tomorrow.
I wish I could.
Oh, this heavy rain. Hold on, my bad. I be listening to the rain and sleep, not when I sleep, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm having technical difficulty.
Is it raining over there?
It is, but I play that at night.
I know I do too sometimes too.
I
It's
love
raining
it.
over there where my mom at.
Hold on, give me a second, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me get myself together. Oh. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it back. Let me get back to Albert Pike. Let me see.
And like I said, with the Allies, that's what starts a world war. Right there. Now the rest of the Allies and everybody else will be looking at America like they did something wrong by pulling the troops out. Because all these people are going to die behind it. That's going to make people mad. That's the conflict. You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't be anything that Trump would do. Trump wouldn't dare doing some weird shit like that. Trump
Well,
Beauty in the building.
It's one of the most colorful.
You know, Trump is all about what's going to profit him. All right, brother, you can put it back in the show. I'm sorry, you guys. Hey, Beauty with Essence. All right, I'm about to play it now.
Characters in American history. It is said that he was born on December 29, 1809 in Boston, was the eldest son of 6 children born to Benjamin, Sarah, and Andrew Pike. He studied at Harvard and later
served as Brigadier General of the Confederate Army. After the Civil War, Pike was found guilty of treason and jailed, only to be pardoned by President Andrew Jackson on April 2nd, 1866, who met with him the next day at the White House. On June 20th, 1867, Scottish Rite officials conferred upon Johnson 32nd degree Freemasonry degrees. Pike was said to be a genius, able to read and write 16 languages. He was one of the founding fathers of the head of the ancient accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, being the Grand Commander of North America Freemasonry from 1859, and retained that position until his death in 1891. In 1869, he was the top leader of the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan. Pike was said to be a Satanist who indulged in the occult, and he apparently possessed a bracelet which he used to summon Lucifer, with whom he had constant communication. He was the Grand Master of a Luciferian group known as the Order of the Palladium, or of Sovereign Council of Wisdom, it's also been called, which had been founded in Paris in 1737. Now, General Albert.
Now, this is what I'm going to say. What he just said goes into what I was just saying on how they get their plans, not from just some Tom, Dick, and Harry. They're sitting down with evil itself and getting plans and bringing it back to the next people. They sit back and talk to what they call a representation of Lucifer or evil from where they get their plans from. So, I mean, let that shit be known. Like, that's really how they doing it, man. Like, that's where they plans are coming from. That's why they connected to this satanic stuff so tough.
Yeah.
But, okay, that's all I was going to say.
All right. And tomorrow I'm going to buy a new laptop, so we shouldn't have these problems. Because I probably had these problems because I used this same laptop for, like, school and work and this and my business, and I need to get a different laptop for all the other stuff. So
and the dark web.
I don't be on a dark web like that. I told you it'd be the tanned web. It don't be the dark web.
Tan web got tan bugs and everything else, so it ain't changing.
Oh,
you're on a part of the side of the internet where they will give you an STD real fast. Like you're on the nasty side of YouTube. Like you're in the prostitute station over there. Like you're around the prostitutes over there. Like it's all nasty over there. You can catch Cavassier just walking down the street.
You a mess. Let me turn Albert Pike. Oh gosh, bro.
Pike was the only Confederate general with a statue on federal property in Washington, D.C. He was honored not as a commander or even as a lawyer, but as Southern regional leader of the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. The statue stands on a pedestal near the foot of Capitol Hill between the Department of Labor building and the Municipal building between 3rd and 4th Streets on D Street Northwest. Now, I tell you all of this because it is said that he received a vision from his mentor, Mr. Lucifer, I guess, on August 15th, 1871. And William Guy Carr, former intelligence officer in the Royal Canadian Navy, wrote a book called Satan, Prince of this World, in which he gives this information. He said that he received this information from a book written by Cardinal Caro Rodriguez in Santiago, Chile, who wrote in 1925 a book called The Mystery of Freemasonry Unveiled. And in this book, in 1925, it is said that he wrote a letter to a man named Mazzini in which he described this dream. And in the dream, he predicted 3 world wars. The First World War, he said, must be brought about, and I'm quoting from Albert Pike. The First World War must be brought about in order to permit the Illuminati to overthrow the power of the czars in Russia and of making that country a fortress of atheistic communism. The divergences caused by the agents of the Illuminati between the British and German empires will be used to foment this war. At the end of the war, communism will be built and used in order to destroy the other governments and in order to weaken the religions. Now, students of history will know that Otto von Bismarck forged certain alliances between 1871 and 1898, which brought about this war, this World War I. And Otto von Bismarck here says that he was a co-conspirator with Albert Pike, and he was the one instrumental in bringing about the First World War. Well, that's the First World War. Then he dreams that there must be, he is given in this visionary dream, a Second World War. Now, remember, this was in 1925 that it became public in this book written by a cardinal from Santiago, Chile, Rodriguez. He says, quote, the Second World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences between the fascists and the political Zionists. This war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed and that the political Zionism will be strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel and Palestine. During the Second World War, international communism must become strong enough in order to balance Christendom, which would then be restrained and held in check until the time when we would need it for the final social cataclysm. Well, there are some who may argue that the terms Nazism and Zionism were not known in 1871. You should remember, however, that the Illuminati invented both of these movements. In addition, communism as an ideology and as a coined phrase originates in France during the Revolution. In 1785, Restif coined the phrase 4 years before the Revolution broke out. Restif and Babeuf, in turn, were influenced by Rosé, as was the most famous conspirator of them all, Adam Weishaupt. Then he has this vision, in this vision, not only one world war and two world wars, but here comes the Third World War. He says, and I quote, the Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agents of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. Yeah, that's what he says. The war, this was 1925. Please understand that. At least 1925. May go all the way back to 1871, as is purported to do, but at least it was written in a book and published in 1925. So he says, after World War I was just over a few years, and before World War II even started, he's now thinking about this Third World War, and it says that it will be caused by the differences between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism, the state of Israel, mutually destroy each other. That's what it says. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue,
The political Zionist, brother. Who exactly is he talking about when he says the political Zionist?
I feel like you're talking about the political leaders.
Let me look it up.
Because I feel like if you think about it, those are the ones that's going to get blamed in the long run, like Biden making all of them look bad. And it's going to be them sending troops out to make themselves look better. It's going to be the Muslims they're going against. People backing shit, you know what I'm saying? The higher above, that's why they Zionists. They ain't just your regular politicians. You know, these are the motherfuckers that's making things happen. And Biden, Commander-in-Chief made a bad call, so they officers get blamed.
Okay. Political Zionists. Oh, let me see. Let me say who are. Only a small group of Orthodox Jews, the Eastern, took an active part in the political movement to establish a Jew state, tolerance for religion. Political Zionism stressed the importance of political action and deemed the attainment of political rights in Palestine and prerequisite for the fulfillment. So are they talking about the Israel?
I think they're talking about them all in one because Israel is still connected to the politicians out here. They back for them, they cape for them, they send money to them. They rock with them out here.
Let's see, what is up today? Only a small, meaning it's a nationalist political ideology that called for the creation of a Jewish state and now supports the continued existence of Israel. So
the fake Jews, talking about the ones out there acting like they real Jews, they fighting against the Muslims out there for the Middle Eastern land. And if you look at the news right now, they fighting extra hard. They sending missiles out, they doing all kind of shit up.
Brother, is
that talking about it?
Are you crunching or something?
No, I'm drinking a beer, but I hope that ain't making it crunch.
I hope that ain't me making all that noise. I don't think so.
Yeah, it's quiet as hell over here.
No, you like crunching or something.
But if you look at the news,
maybe
right
that's your earphones.
It might be.
Yeah, your little chin.
All right. So,
it says Zionism is a nationality political such. Theodore Herzl, an Australian Jew, is considered the father of political Zionism. The Zionist movement started late 19th century amidst the growing European anti-Semitism. The movement secured supporting among Western European governments, particularly after the Zionists agreed to create their Jewish state in historic Palestine. The Zionist early objective was to claim as much of historic Palestine as possible by driving out the Palestinian population. Zionists actively encouraged the mass migration of European Jews to Palestine during the first half of the 20th century. You remember that big old migration when all the Caucasians went down there?
Yeah.
That was this. And then it says despite their efforts and the sharp rise of anti-Semitism in Europe, the Nazi Arabs still outnumbered the Jews.
But see, this the catch with that though. The whole war with Adolf Hitler in World War II was set up for the fake Jews to get killed, for them to say, okay, we need to go back to our homeland. So they riled up these fake Jews and sent them over to where we come from.
Yeah.
They playing like they us. But then you got the Muslims that's out there in that land, they know you're not even the real Jews.
It says, okay, hold on. Arabs still outnumbered Jews in Palestine. Okay, so from what I get from this, okay, they asked all the Caucasians to go to Palestine so they could outnumber the Aboriginals, so have you. And so they all went out there, and the Arabs still outnumbered the Jews. So the Aboriginals still outnumbered the Caucasians in Palestine. Thus, as the likes of Israel historian Ellen Pepe, oh, it's so funny name, have argued, Zionist leaders were well aware that implementing their project would necessitate the ethnic cleansing of indigenous Palestine population. Wow. Okay, so all right, so boom. All right, so they sat up here and have tried to real life just take over the whole world. I told y'all it's the whole Roman Empire, the whole freaking conquer thing, the whole empire. So they didn't make themselves up to be Jewish people, and then went to try and go colonize the Arab population. And now so that's what this is about. They're trying to
let me tell you what it is. This is what it is. Okay. When we got moved out of where we was, they came in to take that place, but you had the Muslim population that was out there already too. And they feel like since the real people, original people ain't there, then they need to get that spot because they ain't there no more. But they don't want to tell America.
There are still
no. I'm just saying we moved from there. We supposed to be there. Us that's over here in America. We moved from there.
Not all of us. Everything is to move. It has to.
Look, if we didn't move, they killed us. They surrounded where we was, and they wouldn't let no food or water in. And people died that stayed there. A lot of people left. That's how we survived. We left from there and we scattered out amongst the world. We everywhere now. But once we left in such of a pace that we didn't take none of our stuff down. We was just like, we got to go. And those that stayed, they died. We didn't take none of our lit down. So that means they came in, read everything we did, practiced everything we practiced, but put a little satanic twist on it. It made it Jewish. Like they wished they was real Jews.
Well, you know what? The Jewish race kind of rose out of the Holocaust. Because if you look at any and every document, I don't know about now, but I know pre 9/11. If you look at the document, they all went into the camps as Jews, and then the ones that were left were Jewish.
Right, but see, the catch is this: you had the serpent people. Oh, that's what they used to be called. They didn't have a nationality. These was Caucasians walking around without a land, without a name, nothing. And they was trying to figure out what religion they wanted to take. And when we got taken over the way we did, they swooped in on us and decided that they wanted to call themselves the chosen people, which was really us. And we are still the chosen people. They can't change that. They just changed their title. That don't mean that the Most High is looking at it different. It's still the same thing in his eyes, but they still running around here acting like they us. But they know they not, because in their own tabernacles in 1983, 84, they said they are not the historical Hebrew Israelites in the Bible. So if you're not the Hebrew Israelites in the Bible, you're not Jews. Those were the Jews and Gentiles. That was it. It wasn't even black and white. It was Jews and Gentiles.
Yeah.
But white people happen to be Gentiles. You had Asians was Gentiles. There was other Africans was Gentiles. It wasn't just them. It was a couple other people that was Gentiles. Then you had the Jews, which was the 12 tribes. You know, your Mexicans, Negroes, Levites, Haitians, well, Levites was Haitians, but yeah, the Hawaiian people, the Black Indians. I think Brazilians.
You mean the black people in India?
Indians, like the darker Indians. As you got them fake Indians. I ain't talking about them.
You're not okay. We're talking about India, not the ones in America that they wanted to call Indian.
I'm talking about the ones that came to America. Yeah.
Okay, they're not Indian.
But the darker ones. I'm talking about the first ones.
You talking about the Aboriginal people in America?
Oh, well, okay, that's what you'll call it, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm confused. When you say Indians, I'm thinking India.
The ones that was here in this land is a part of the 12 tribes too.
Oh, okay.
They're a part of it too. It's like I said, I'm gonna send you the list one of these days. I got the 12 tribes somewhere, but it'll shock you. The races and nationalities that's a part of this. It's not just one color. You got Cubans. And Cubans can't stand us, but they're part of the family too. Mexicans is a part of the family, and they can't stand us. But in actuality, we all one big family. And once we unify like that, man, we can't be fucked with, period. It ain't even about color and race then. Because it's a whole lot of division in them sectors that I just said. They don't really rock with us like that. Catch me in Mexicanville or catch me in Brazilianville or any of that. Even in Haitianville, if I ain't Haitian, they probably gonna fuck me off.
Haitians are just crazy.
Bottom line, but they ain't gonna hear. I don't care you from the 12 tribes. I'm finna light your ass up. That's what's gonna happen. Eat in the building.
Eat.
But I'm just saying that's that division. If we was all together like these evil people is, they can't fuck with us. And they know that. So they keep us divided and tell yo, you a different race, you a different race, you a different race. No, bro, we all the same. But they want you to think you different. It's a neat setup, man. That's why they're able to do what they do, because we're so distracted with hating each other. Like we said earlier on the phone, people ain't seeing the real enemy. Once everybody see the real enemy.
Go ahead, bro.
Oh, you echo? Okay. I'm gonna have to mute up. She echo because of me.
Oh. I was just about to play. I was going to finish playing. What's his name? The man. What's his name? Who is this? The Real World News.
No idea.
I'm about to finish playing him talking about Albert Pike.
Will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economic
exhaustion. We shall unleash the nihilists and the atheists, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm in which, in all its horror, will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin and savagery, and of the most bloody turmoil. So he's against Christianity and he's against atheism. They're supposed to fight each other to the death, you see. Then he says, everywhere the citizens obliged to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries will exterminate those destroyers of civilization and the multitude disillusioned with Christianity, whose deistic spirits will from that moment be without compass or direction, anxious for an ideal, but without knowledge where to render its adoration, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer. That's what he says. Brought finally out in the public view. So he's saying that Lucifer will finally make himself, the good guy. He's going to save the world from these atheists who don't believe in deity and from these Christians who believe in the good God. Well, so it says, this manifestation will result in the general reactionary movement which will follow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time. Well, I don't know if it's true, but I can tell you that it sure has played into what is being carried on in the Middle East today. And it looks like everything from World War I and World War II, with the development of the State of Israel, and with the Zionist movement and the communist movement and the atheist movement, and the peppering down of persecution on the Christians of this world, it looks like that may be Lucifer's attempt at annihilation of us all, so that Lucifer will appear in the form, of course, of what the Bible calls the Antichrist, and establish peace on earth for mankind. I got news for all those Illuminatists. Their little plan will only last for 3.5 years, and will be destroyed by the second coming of Jesus Christ himself. Who, by the way, to take all of us Christians out of this world before the 7 years sets in.
I know you tired. That's what's up, E. You hear me?
Yeah, I told you my laptop
Oh.
acting up.
Yeah, he's supposed to get on the whole little since we Christians, we not gonna see the bad days, blah blah blah, blah blah blah.
But look at
Look,
the
man.
hand sign that he's got up.
Right. Look, no offense to anybody what you believe in. If you is a Christian, I don't have no problem with that. But please don't think it's gonna be a rapture that's gonna happen, that you're not gonna go through this bad stuff. Now unless you die, you will go through this bad stuff. He ain't gonna come and just snatch you up. Nowhere in there does it really talk about a rapture. I promise you it don't. It say when God come back, you'll meet him in the earth. That's judgment. That ain't no rapture. You will go through this. You're supposed to go through this. If you stay here and you go through this and you still keep your faith in God by what biblical say, and you there. So you got to know he walking with you. And if it's just take you up from this, you got to go through this. Like the world got to go through this and everybody else got to go through this. Ain't no stopping that. On me. So please quit letting these people feed your head up with you ain't supposed to go through nothing. Cause you going through all of it.
My bad. I started pressing buttons.
On me. So don't do that. But like I said, like we just seen in that video, Albert Pike was basically on the key with everything he's saying. And if you think about it, homosexuality is uprising, and that's fighting against Christianity in a sense. So what he's talking about is happening, but just not in the ways that he said it, because it was way back then. You know, he didn't know that a lot of this stuff was going to rise up. But if you think about it, the whole homosexual movement is the Antichrist movement. It's a movement against what is the status quo and what's already been deemed as what's right and what's not right by plenty of different civilizations, not just us in America. You go to different countries and they do the same shit. Why? It's been out there. That's what it is. You going against the status quo. Why? Because that's what, look, if you look up what Satanists do, how they do their parties, what do they do in their parties, where do you think they practice homosexuality in their parties all the time? Not because they just want to be homosexual. A lot of them do it because it pleases the evil spirits. So if it pleases the evil spirits, why is they happy with that? Because it makes the good spirits mad. It makes the good people mad. So let's do the analogy on that. Apparently, if they like it like that, it's not good if the bad people are doing it. Do you not understand what I'm saying? And this is made as a ritual to do. They have to do this. So, I mean, you gotta, with them even pushing the movement on it, it was not for you to have freedom of religion. It was for them to push an agenda, because they knew that would mess up the balance of the world, cause chaos, cause friction, cause the people that's really against that to stand up and fight for it. Now they're going against each other and they're going to kill each other off, like Albert Pike said. All these people going to kill each other off so they can bring in what they really want to bring in. And it's deeper than just homosexuality. You just put it in an agenda for them. And when they get done with you, they're going to take y'all out too. That's the point that people ain't getting. See, these people use people to do what they want them to do. And then they take, it's like one of them old mob movies where you watch it, where they pay the dude to kill somebody and he come back and say, I killed him. And then they kill him. Same shit. They're using people to take the other people out that's going to stand up. And then when the people is left that went against the people that stand up, they're going to take them out because there's less people now. Y'all got to think smarter, not harder, bro. And they setting it up right now. And what are people doing? Falling to the gap, falling to the gap, falling to the gap. That's what people keep doing. So, I don't know, man. All we can do is just stay grounded in what we know and try to stay as educated as we can.
My bad.
Oh, you good, sis. So what you think about that?
I think it was really on the money. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple of questions, but I had paused it, and I went just like I had wanted to look up the the political Zionists and who they actually are now, and who, and so I really do believe that he knew he was talking about, and of course he knew he was talking about because he was an insider. Just like they said that he got the statue not because he was a good person, but because he was so high up on the what was that, Masonic ladder. And it's really
Facts.
it's really weird how they give these Ku Klux Klan member all these daggone statues and stuff, and people say
And look,
that
he wasn't even a regular Ku Klux Klan. This dude was like one of the founders.
yeah. And they always say that America's not racist, but America, it was built on racism. Look at that. Look at that. He was a founder of the KKK. He anti-Jewish, anti-everything, and they gave him a statue in DC at the Capitol because of it. That's wild. Afghanistan refugees just plane landed in Houston today. I was trying to figure out where were they going to take them? Like, where were they going to take? Let's look. I'm gonna do some Googles. Go ahead and talk, brother. I'm about to do some looking up of the stuff and see where.
That's what's up. That's great.
Hey, my laptop again.
That's wild, man. So what is the refugees supposed to do out here? Well, I'm trying to figure out. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of lost in this one. But like I said, at the end of the day, hey, we got the link down there. If you want to jump up, Beauty, real quick, you can. But that's wild, man. So what, they supposed to come here and do some old other shit? Why ain't they in Afghanistan?
Because the Taliban.
They the refugees. I mean, are they people that's fighting against them?
No, it's the regular. I believe it's the regular
citizens. So why don't they just go out there and fight them? I don't get it, man. This is crazy. Y'all been having to hold on.
Same reason that we don't really fight the police.
I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about, like, if people believe in the government like that, why ain't they out there doing what they supposed to do? Like, who is the inside man that told them, hey, it's okay to move all your troops out? They ain't gonna do nothing. Who told them that if y'all believe in the government like that? Trying to
believe in the American government?
Any of them motherfuckers. Me, if you don't look at that as a setup, like, what is really going on, bro? Y'all been out there for like 10,000 years. You finally decide to leave and they take over instantly? Like, this wasn't even, you didn't even fully get out and they just already took over. This is like you told your kids, yeah, I'm gonna be gone for the weekend, but don't be partying. Before you walk out the door, they already got the party going. Hold on. At that point, you gotta be like, man, I think you already had that party.
Wait a minute. What's wrong? Hold on, brother. I'm trying to mute myself. My laptop really trying to.
Oh, you trying to mute yourself? Yeah. Let me see if I can do it. That's crazy. StreamYard is tripping, man. Assignment. I just, like I said, man, if people believe in them like that, why ain't they doing something different than what they doing? That's what I'm asking. On some real shit, like, they on some whole other stuff. Now you might have to type in the chat when you want me to unmute you, because I don't know. I think you can unmute yourself. whatever you want to talk. But sister jumped out. Yeah, StreamYards is tripping, man. On me. Well, I'll see you when you pop back up, sis. But yeah, it's the whole setup, man.
That joint took me out.
Damn. So what is oh man, this is crazy. This is crazy. So they landed
I might
in
use my daggone phone and look it up on there. Hold on. Look up, see what's going on. What was your question? Hello. About the Middle East.
I was just saying that people believe in their government like that. You gonna tell me that they moved in that quick if they wasn't already in there like that? Like I was saying, it's like if you tell your kids don't party when I leave, and before you leave, they already got the music playing. They got like 10 homeboys in the backyard. You know, that's just kind of weird. It's not weird, but it is weird. It's like how people don't look at that and be like, hold up, man. It's crazy.
Bro, this has been going on.
And like me and Alan was saying earlier, man, war brings money. We broke as fuck. They want money.
All right, let me try to look it up on here.
And right, Beauty, we don't know what they're going to do with some of them people in them planes. Now, some of them people might have got on planes as refugees, and they took them straight to one of these FEMA camps, or straight to one of these underground bunkers, and they sex slaves right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't separate the females from the males.
And the kids.
And the females and the kids went somewhere else. And they just going to be missing. You're going to have like 500 some refugees missing. You know how they do, man. They'll never let something like this go to waste where they can't snatch up people. So they sex trafficking is like one of the biggest things they got moving right now.
Hold on.
Right, Alan. Right, Alan. You right, bro.
Let me try to.
And like I said, I bet people gonna be coming up missing. Matter of fact, I don't know if we can play that one dude that I sent you. They be telling you about the stimulus and shit.
I don't know. I'm trying to think about the Taliban. There you go.
Okay. Let me see. You down there? I see it.
Okay.
Yeah, it don't matter, YouTube. Keep on doing this like that.
This is crazy, man.
Just showing you again those pictures from earlier of Taliban fighters behind the desk of the presidential palace.
Taliban forces took over the Afghan capital of Kabul on Sunday, seizing power in the country after just over a week of swift advances across Afghanistan.
The speed of this Taliban takeover has shocked anyone that I know who has followed the developments in the country and shocked Afghans in Kabul.
As the fighters entered the city, President Ashraf Ghani fled the country. And by Monday morning, people worried about living under Taliban rule flocked to Kabul's airport.
This is all happening far faster than U.S. officials had predicted. And so a lot of questions on Sunday about what went wrong.
Here's how the Taliban's takeover is creating new challenges for the Biden administration and an uncertain future for the Afghan people.
It didn't take long before thousands of Afghans were swarming the airport, hoping to get out on evacuation flights. Some people had tickets on civilian flights that were later canceled. Overnight, there was a lot of chaos, and at least 3 people were killed by gunfire. We're not entirely sure by who, but it's the US military that has taken control of security of the airport.
Meanwhile, the US military has sent extra American troops to Afghanistan to help facilitate this evacuation. There are currently roughly 6,000 American troops either in Kabul airport or on their way there, according to US military officials.
I think an Afghan inclusive government, this is the demand, the will, and the want of the people of Afghanistan.
The Taliban have said repeatedly that Afghan civilians have nothing to fear from them. They also say that girls under the Taliban will be allowed to go to school. But the fact is, what we've seen since they entered Kabul, we've seen the Taliban raid NGO offices, erect checkpoints throughout the city, and people are concerned that the Taliban will instate the same kind of authoritarian rule that they had in the 90s. We haven't seen large-scale violence against civilians in Kabul yet, but there is already a very pervasive sense of fear in the capital.
As the Taliban advanced, the U.S. was counting on Afghan forces that it had invested billions of dollars in to train and build up over the past 20 years.
Is a Taliban takeover of Afghanistan now inevitable?
No, it is not. Because you have the Afghan troops have 300,000 well-equipped as any army in the world, and an air force against something like 75,000 Taliban. It is not inevitable.
But Afghan security forces largely surrendered without a fight, so that by Sunday, Taliban fighters were able to take control of the whole country. The Biden administration stood by its decision to exit Afghanistan.
We went to Afghanistan 20 years ago with one mission, and that mission was to deal with the folks who attacked us on 9/11. And we have succeeded in that mission.
Perhaps the speed at which this happened wasn't predictable, but the Taliban's takeover was largely predictable. And so a lot of questions now, if President Biden either didn't know about that, that's a problem with intelligence issues or his own policy discussions. If he did know about it and didn't care to do more, then what does it say about his willingness to remain committed and maintain his promises to allies around the world?
The Taliban's rapid takeover of Afghanistan also has implications for the surrounding region.
It's the security implications. Pakistan and Iran and also all the bordering countries are terrified that you have a refugee crisis, people spilling over the borders. We're already seeing people trying to rush out of the country in fear of what will come.
You know what I'm saying? You about to pass that on. But as you can see there, them taking them troops out, they knew what was going on. And now they sending missions out to get people. They're not sending troops out there to fight against them. I don't think that's what I was seeing. Like, it sounded like they were sending troops out there to get civilians and bring them back, which I'm not saying they wrong for that, but it's like now you just gonna let them take over? When the people you've been training for all these years just said, hey, I ain't fighting them, they just ran off. They just ran off. You've been training them.
But it was a little. I chuckled. I ain't gonna lie.
On me, you've been training them for all this time. Right? They just dipped. They said, "Oh no, nah, man, we ain't doing this." They ain't even shoot a bullet. Like, you telling me the Taliban showed up? They said, "No, forget this. Put the guns down, bro." Man, we've been training for 3 years. Put the guns down. That was the end of it. They called a flight and they came back to America. Said, fuck this, I got furloughed.
What if they were told to do that? Could you imagine? I can't imagine a whole army surrendering to the person that they were trained to fight. That doesn't make sense. Even with the American army, you're gonna have a few people that's ready to go kamikaze. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense that all of them stood down. That sounds like orders.
Facts.
Yeah.
Man, look, like I said, we shouldn't be the only people that's looking at this and saying, hold up, what the fuck just happened here? Well, other people ain't looking at it like that. Like, it's crazy. I mean, they kind of is, because they like, how did they just take over that fast? No, they took over that fast because they been took over. It just looked like they wouldn't. Them people that was training, they wasn't training them. They just was out there doing weird shit, like I said, from day one. They wasn't out there training nobody. They was out there snatching people up, doing this, doing that. They wasn't out there doing nothing. They looking for artifacts. They stealing oil. They doing all kind of stuff. But they wasn't doing what you thought they was doing.
They're out there doing weird shit, brother.
Out there doing weird shit on mama. And then want you to celebrate them as they doing weird shit. And I'm just like, I don't get it, bro. What is you doing out there? I'm celebrating the troops because you go to other countries and beat up people that really ain't did nothing for you. They sat up here and lied to you again and told you they out there for 9/11. No, they're not. They're not out there for 9/11. Okay, the 9/11 had nothing to do with the Middle East. Please don't think that.
The messed up part, he said he was just out there to get the people that did what they did to us. So you just went out there and sent all them troops out there just to get a little group of people? Come on now.
That was employed by your own people? So you went out there to get some people who was employed by America, went to America and learned how to fly allegedly, and flew American planes into American buildings, and you went overseas to mess with bin Laden, who never said anything about it. He had anything to do with that, really. And even if he did, the dude in the cave.
Even if he did, he didn't bring it in America.
Right, that too. He's an agent. So as his agent, we supposed to just think he's still not connected to America. How did you get the interview in the cave and you didn't arrest him? He was public enemy number one before you saw him in the cave. Why is you doing interviews instead of arresting him? Let a black dude elude custody that long. They're not going to do an interview with this dude. They're going to arrest him and then they're going to do an interview. He did an interview in the whole cave and they let him sit right there. Real talk. Real talk. They said, look, I know you public enemy number 2, but we're going to let you sit right here. Like, thank you, Officer Order Pizza. Right. He was order pizza. You like, you want something? No, I'm good, man. I'm finna go ahead and go. You know what I'm saying? The cave was a whole front. The dude got up out the cave, went back to his mansion. That dude was in the mansion. They knew where he was. He wasn't in no damn cave.
It was a whole
Right. This dude, look, him and his family has a company with the Bushes. They have the call out company or something like that. They have their own company together, the Bin Laden family and the Bush family. So how much enemies are they in the fact that Bush couldn't get a hold of him or his family? Matter of fact, after 9/11 happened, all the planes was grounded, but Bin Laden's family was flew up out of America. Imagine that. But their son is public enemy number 1. Why'd you find their family any damn where? On me. Tookie allegedly killed some people in some crimes because he was a leader of the Crips. They went ahead and killed him. When he did he had a Nobel Peace Prize. He wrote kid books. He was stopping gang members. He was stopping a whole lot of gang bang activity. And he changed his life, but they still killed him. Just let that sit on your brain, man. And look at all these motherfuckers that they let free that really did murders. It really is pedophiles. And because they served 20, 30 years, they let them out on the pardon. But a man who actually changed his life and could have made it better for gang members worldwide, they had to take him out. You gotta peep the scenery and where we at, man. Real shit. Real shit. Right. They call it conspiracy today, but we used to call it propaganda. Yeah. They shoot that shit out worldwide, man. It's like if you sit back and you drink the Kool-Aid, they gonna make it for your ass. They gonna put extra sugar in it, and they gonna feed it down your damn throat.
Yeah.
As long as you drinking it, they got enough Kool-Aid to share.
Enough to go home.
Oh, me, they'll never run out of Kool-Aid. He's the only motherfuckers you know on the block that always got Kool-Aid. It's hot as fuck. You like, I know that house on the corner got Kool-Aid. That's what it is. That's what's going on. And Americans is that damn dumb. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Not gonna lie to you. The shit that we let slide nowadays is ridiculous. They wouldn't have did this back in the day. You couldn't pull this on the people in the 70s and 80s. They were like, what the hell was you doing?
Yeah, they waited. The logical thing that people got older. Especially they waited for a lot of the people that went to the army. They waited till they got older.
OV. And then when they got older, they started exterminating them. That's another part. I need to do a live on that because they was taking out veterans and everybody else because they knew they wasn't going to stand for that. They know the law. They went to war. They know the rules. They know what you can and can't do. That's why they got to take them out. Why you think they got this Cavassier thing going on to keep it fire with you? Just to take your elders and your wisdom out. It really ain't for us, but they just, making you suffer right now. But they just doing it just to be doing it. Really, it's to weaken your immune system. With these masks, because you're sucking in your own carbon dioxide. I keep telling people that shit. Like, you hurting yourself more by wearing these masks all damn day. So when you working all day and you got a mask on, you killing yourself. Because you need to get fresh air. You breathe in fresh air. You blow out carbon dioxide. If you got the mask on your face, you're blowing the shit right back in your face. So think about doing that for a couple years and see where your lungs gonna be. You know how many people gonna be having lung problems and they ain't even got Cavassier, but you gonna get it from wearing that damn mask the rest of your damn life. Y'all don't get that? You need fresh air. I would rather run my risk with getting fresh air than to be sucking in carbon dioxide the rest of my life. That's weird. That's like you in a building with no windows and shit, no let out. You just sitting in there smoking and shit. You hot boxing yourself out. But they ain't gonna tell you that because they want your lungs to get bad. They want everybody to get sick. So people gonna have lung problems and they never smoked a day in their life. I don't even smoke cigarettes. And your lungs is fucked up. Because you breathing back in your own shit. It's just like you eating your own boo-boo. And that sounds nasty, but I'm just saying that's waste. When you breathing it back out, that's waste. But you sucking it back in. I don't know, man. It's like you drinking your pee, fresh out your pee. Like you ain't even filtered it enough. You just that's not
Some
good.
people don't drink their pee.
If you keep drinking your pee like that for years, you gonna catch some shit. Like you gotta filter that shit out. Yeah, some people do drink their pee, but you can't do that for a distance. That's gonna fuck you up. At the end of the day, it's waste in your pee. Like it's wasting your poop and everything else that comes out of you that don't need to be in there. So if you're taking that same substance and putting it back in you, that's not smart. Now I know people that take pee and rub it on their face, and it's supposed to make your face smoother or something.
I think it's baby.
Yeah, it's still pee, but I know the human pee got more toxins in it. That's why I say you gotta filter that shit out. But at the end of the day, if it ain't baby pee, not saying that you need to be doing that, but you got to filter these things out. That is, and breathing back out is what you done already breathed in. It's the same thing. That is waste coming out your body. But you're sucking it back in because you got this fancy mask on and you think you cute.
What was it? It was like a beetle. Yeah. They're chronic.
You got to think about it, like 3 or 4 years, You just have so many lung problems and ain't gonna be funny. On me. Right, for a reason. That's what I'm saying. All right, well, I guess we came, we saw, and we conquered. On me. And I feel like we.
Do I pay for it? I'm sorry.
Are you good? I feel like we got to cross what we need to get across. You want to say something before we dip up out of this?
Did you pay for it? No, I had said that we need. I need to say.
And that's what's up. On me. So y'all look up Albert Pike on your free time. We got y'all synopsis on them. Look them up, man. Dude talking about this war that's about to crack. Y'all see it crack in World War III. It's crazy out here, bro. So get yourself ready. And like I said before, for the females that didn't hear me, in the back, they are implementing females to be put in this draft that they fix to do coming up soon. Because if it's a World War III, you know it's a draft coming, right? I thank God that I'm 38, but it is a draft coming. And dudes that's under a certain age, you're ready to get your tight jean ass out there in the field. Females at a certain age, they're going to try to throw y'all out there now. And that's what I want to say. That's fucked up. And I wouldn't vote for that. I wouldn't even vote for females to be in the army, to keep it fine with you. But life ain't on what I think. And to be real with you, everybody that think that females should be in the army, this is why I think y'all shouldn't be, because then they're going to throw you in every possible position that they can. They just want you to say, yeah, I want to be there. And they're going to throw you wherever they want to put you at because they just need bodies there. There's no wars that's fought for actual reason except for 2 or 3 of them. The rest of them was just done for money, power, and respect. The key to life. And this next one ain't going to be done for no, it's not done for a real reason. It's done for money and power. And that if it's drag the females in it because they got females that get to the point to say, we want to do what men do. So now if it's to throw you out there like they do men, they're going to slaughter you like they do us. So I just want everybody to be ready. And if you don't want to go, pull a Muhammad Ali. I ain't going. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down, man. Thank y'all for coming through. I got to wake up hella fucking early, but I will be there. I promise you, putting up this damn truck. But anyway, y'all have a nice night. And remember, you heard it here first. Shouts out to my sis. If y'all ain't already hit that bell, y'all better hit that bell. What you doing with yourself if you ain't? Facts. So we're going to end it like that. And remember, if you ain't getting knowledge, you ain't getting nothing. We do this.